Hey, what's up guys? It's Lemur. Just gonna do a quick VoD review. I might do another one after this, but I think it'll be a separate video, but just feel really motivated right now. Currently Grandmasters in A, low Grandmasters, I'm only 30 LP. Yeah, that's surprisingly Grandmasters. But have been keeping that for the past week or so, I think. So pretty happy about that. Gonna play some more tomorrow. Hopefully hit around the 100 LP range. Anyways, today we're gonna do VoD review of Faker, my favorite mid laner. Um, Surprise. He's playing LeBlanc in this game. I haven't watched this game yet, but um, some of the key things that we're gonna try to take away from this video is obviously things that he does that I can improve on. Um, and then not only like that, just like random tidbits where maybe he did something wrong that we can maybe analyze and say maybe he should do this instead of what he actually did. Um, Usually that's sometimes hard to spot, but it isn't like there's usually like pretty even like non-mechanical things that you can point out because League is such like a complex game when there's 5 different champions on your team and their team. Anyways, let's get into it. I'm just gonna close League just so I don't get any notifications. Yeah, I have a thing in the bottom left. Maybe I'll turn down the sound a little bit because he makes a lot of noise with his keyboard, which isn't bad, but I'll just turn it all the way down. So it's LeBlanc versus Talon. So I guess the first thing that we can go over is how we expect the lane to go. So there's 2 ways that the Talon can play this. All right. Probably the low elo way would be for the Talon to push the wave directly into Faker and try to use his level 1 push advantage and try to secure that. But I don't think Faker would actually let that happen. He'd harass the Talon enough where Talon would be low, Faker would freeze in front of his tower, Faker would level E at level 2, and Lee Sin would gank, and Talon would end up dying. So I expect the Talon to do is sort of just use his W to last hit when these minions get low, Faker to just try to harass when he can. You might see Faker auto this one twice or so to probably get it a little bit low HP because he doesn't want to use his W on the creeps, he wants to use his W on the Talon. Then throughout the rest of the lane phase, it becomes sort of like it's like a lane that Talon generally wants to roam, as Talon does in a lot of lanes. But if Faker does W into melee range, then it lets Talon get off a crit Q, which can make the trade sort of in his favor. So Faker generally is going to try to like catch Talon off guard with his W and not be in melee range, but just in enough range to land the W. And if Faker has his E up, then Talon needs to be really careful of jungle ganks and make sure he plays the correct side. So as we can see here, we can see Lee Sin starting on red, and then we currently don't know where the enemy jungler is, so that's just something that we're going to be looking at in the next 20 seconds. So it's good that Faker's not letting Talon get a free W off. Something that you'll notice is the Talon is actually playing really far back, which maybe is a little bit interesting because if Faker actually autos here, he probably loses the trade, but a trade that LeBlanc can do specifically is she can auto, then W, and then auto as she's returning back to her W, proc her electrocute, and it's a fairly good trade. But he gives up a lot of pressure because his W is around a 16-second cooldown rank 1, I believe, might be 18. Goes down significantly with the levels, but he has like legit no pressure after that happens. So it could potentially just be worth it for Talon to take this trade and maybe like level Q, level 1. But he'd end up losing a lot of CS, which he gets 3 anyways. But Faker capitalizes him on him using his W on the creep. So that's just like a small little trade that impacts the lane a whole lot. So watch it again. Faker knows that Talon's going to use his W on the creeps, and then he's just already in position to make this trade happen. And here it is, W, auto, back up. And he even gets the auto in there. It's kind of hard to see, but he does. He doesn't proc his electrocute though, so kind of unfortunate, but pretty good for the Talon. I was paying attention to this trade. Let's see where the jungler started. Looks like enemy jungle started bot lane based on when I saw Jace. Jace appears now. I don't even know who the enemy jungler is, but most likely started bot. Okay, press tab. I don't know who the enemy jungler is. Oh, fuck. I wasn't ready. Alright, well, regardless, the jungler probably started red. Unless it's like something like Kane who can start raptors or something. He's just gonna go for a quick auto here. Just always harassing anytime Talon goes up to last hit. We can just take a look at like how he harasses here. Right here. See, Talon thinks he can maybe get away with this auto on the creep right here. Sorry, the play button's a little bit in the way. But it's kind of like a random auto for Talon to try to get in, which is maybe why he thinks he can get it for free. But Faker's just really apt in punishing this. But the Talon wants to thin it out so that he doesn't get dived. Faker gets level 2, he's going to zone him off XP. Perfect W. And so now he has his spells on cooldown, he backs up, he lets Talon have the CS because he doesn't want to take a bad trade. Talon actually fucked up like a good amount this wave. It's a very interesting VoD to look at because Talon actually really fucked up, and let's see if Faker punishes it. So Talon actually ended up pushing the wave, so Faker can just form a freeze right here, his jungle's going to gank top, and then his jungler is going to run over here, or he's going to run into here. And so, assuming his jungler doesn't like run it down into the enemy's blue and instead just camps around mid, this is a really good setup for Faker if he wants to hold this freeze. However, if his jungler decides to enter the blue, which could be a play that the Lee Sin might do, then it kind of is unfortunate that he's set up for this really good freeze, because then Talon can move first. So he's just going to thin out. And here we go. Waves in front of his tower. He just checked where his Lee Sin was. He's just going to see if he can get a gank from his Lee Sin since he has it set up so well. Wing on these creeps here actually isn't very good, so I'm really glad that Faker didn't do that. So he has the freeze set up, so he doesn't want to break the freeze. Fortunately, he had some unlucky RNG and the minions went into the tower. Oh, that was really unfortunate. So we can take a look at a few things in this trade. So what was his intention? He knows that Elise is top. Alright, so he knows that it's just a 1v1. He thought the W was going to hit. Like, he thought the W was going to, like, hit here, and Talon was, like, right here, and he thought it would just hit over the wall. Fortunately, it doesn't, so it makes the trade look a little bit worse. And then Talon just reacts appropriately. So now he's in a pretty bad spot mid and probably needs to be bailed out by Lee Sin. Just because he's out of mana completely. He will regen with his health pots up to like 80% health, 70% health. But it looks like Lee Sin's coming to bail him out. Kind of a weird W. Talon should know Lee Sin's here. It's really obvious. Faker maybe played that a bit too obviously. Try to get a recall here. Could be good. Talon's probably going to stay, yeah. Do you finish this? I don't think you can. You lose too much. So I think you have to stop your B. Yeah. You stop your B because you lose too much. It's kind of, Lee Sin kind of needs to help in a more hands-on way, I guess. But he's making good plays top. Okay, Talon kind of fucked this up. I'll kind of explain why Talon fucked this up. So something that happened here is Talon decided to push when he didn't really need to. Like ideally, you know, the wave isn't, like Talon hates having the wave right here because he can't like go up in melee. But also he knows where Lee Sin is, and he knows that Faker's only has enough mana for like a Q and a W. He doesn't have enough for a full combo, so QW auto from Faker with Ignite isn't like gonna get him to this point. Alright, it's not gonna kill him. And so if he actually just doesn't push this wave into tower, he can hold Faker here for longer. Then the next wave, when the next wave comes, like he can have the wave hit at a better time, if that makes sense. So ideally, instead of right here, the wave hits right now. So if the wave hit the tower right now, If the wave hit the tower right now, say there'd be like 2 melees here, like here, and then the 3 casters I think that were up. Then these blue creeps, Faker's creeps, get stopped up right here. They get, traffic jammed, okay? Once they get traffic jammed right here, since the even minion rule of having the minions, close to your base, it'll automatically push towards Talon. It'll push towards Talon at a better time so that he can actually catch more. It may only be like 2 minion difference, but it is something to keep note of. It does get stopped a little bit right here, but I don't think it gets stopped long enough to actually guarantee a push. But Faker definitely recalls here. It's cannon wave. It's perfect. Talon staying here is actually probably really ent by him. I don't know why he did this. So why I say that's ent is because it was already pushing to him, and Faker was opting for a recall. So it literally makes no sense for Talon to actually stay here with no mana. If he had mana, it'd be a different story, but the only reason I could think of why Talon would stay here is he doesn't have enough for like his item, which I guess is double longsword. But I feel like he should have enough. So Faker's gonna try to hold his mana here so that he can W the next wave. Oh, he's just gonna go B. He doesn't think he can push this one in time, which may be true. Okay, he's gonna stay now. This Talon's playing it really weird. Faker's actually using the turret to help him push the wave a little bit faster. That's something that you can do as LeBlanc. Faker has flash W if he wants to. Probably worded out based on how Talon's playing. Looks pretty good. Pretty good recall now. It ended up working out for him. He could buy his Seekers here, or he could do Sork Boots, or he can get his components. Maybe you don't want to buy Darksteel because you don't really have a Corrupting Pot, and you're not really expecting to snowball right here. Seekers would be the safest buy, but they also have an Elise, so it's not super effective. If you had 1300 gold, I think you definitely go for the Lost Chapter. But I think since you have enough money, you do Seekers, Health Potion, Control Ward. I think it's just usually what you'd buy. But okay, he didn't really respect the Talon. So his Boots works on his Lost Chapter. Oh, really, Talon stayed again, dude. What the heck? I feel like this is really, really bad by this Talon. Talon like won the lane phase and then like didn't use it, so it's just really unfortunate. Faker can freeze his W in front. He wants to clear out the minion, yep. Perfect. So now Talon's fucked. He had like a winning lane state. Ah, it's so doomed for him. Whether that W into E is worth it, I'm not sure, honestly. He lost both of his refillables pretty much from it. He wants to make sure only one hits. I guess the 4 ranged are out of the way. So effectively, Talon just lost 2 waves of XP. Talon, he should ping missing from mid, because Talon might just roam because he's already losing this. Yep, perfect. That's like the wave to play for Talon to make right now, probably. He saw someone ward here. That was Talon's ward. At least top. He's dead. Oh, he could have got him. I think he wasn't sure if he could click on him in time. Oh. I don't know if he kills her actually. Yeah, he does. Auto Q. So let's see if we get to kill this Talon. So he sees him there. He's walking towards him. It looks like he expected the Talon to hop over, like go here and then hop over this wall. He expected the Talon to be more tricky, I guess, because he moved his camera down here too, so you could sort of see what his intention was. Also, he pinged, I think, so. Because I think an auto Q here kills. Could be wrong. I think it barely does, but it's really close. Because like I don't know if an auto Q does like 107 damage. I think not going for it is fine too, because you end up getting this kill over here. So he's just paying attention to his team. Maybe he could have looked a bit earlier too. Auto Q. Everyone's mid. Probably has to just recall here. He has a really good wave to recall on. He definitely should just finish this. Get his lost chapter or Sork boots. He loves his Sork boots on LeBlanc. Perfect wave to come back to. Just gonna get some of his mana. W Fountain, perfect. Or Nexus. So he'll be able to catch most of these creeps. I think he'll miss like 2, 3 melees. Got XP from that one. So here he's about to have a roam timer that I think he should use. He could check, he can kill this pink ward if no one did. There it is. Okay. So he's just gonna last hit these creeps now. I expect him not to push. Very good. It's like I'm inside his head. But it's pretty obvious. LeBlanc can't really push in time, so just by last hitting you're denying the most creeps. If you keep Talon mid, then he can't do what Talon's good at, which is roaming. So it's kind of like playing against an Ace-Soul. If you keep Ace-Soul mid, then you can't really do what he's designed for. This is a pretty good win condition in how to play against Talon. He also has 45 armor. Do you think he took double armor? 45 armor is a lot, I feel. I'm gonna write this down. Check armor. Just curious. I've taken double MR a few times, like against like Syndra or something, but don't think I've taken double armor. At least his top, we saw that. Ideally, Lee Sin goes for a dive here. Maybe you ping it to help make sure that he knows. Elise could also be here. I think Lee Sin does want to go for it. I think it's a good dive. I think it should work. WN. Nope. Okay. It's a good try. Talon cleared it out quite a bit. He doesn't go in on that because he thinks that Elise might be there. Oh, there she is. Oh, holy shit. He's fucking dead. So why did this happen? So first of all, he thinks Elise might be around mid, so he's pretty scared to go for that trade. He W's here. Looks like they might know that Elise is there based on how the Lee Sin's pinging. Fortunately, he gets hit by the cocoon before the kick, which is really bad. Probably would die anyways though. Yeah, he's out of dashes, so really unfortunate play. His face is kind of like, wait, what happened? But yeah. He's gonna miss a lot here. He's pretty upset about that. Actually, he actually will only miss like 1 melee, but the wave before that. Oh, nice. Interesting, he didn't auto these. He's so good at CSing on LeBlanc, it's insane. As I say that, he misses one, but, you know. QW. This one, you want to push because you are going to go make a play topside. Bot lane's dead. I think it's more correct to get a better control word here, actually. So why I say that is because you have time. You know Jace's bot. You know Ezreal just died. I think it's very safe right now, especially with your W, to maybe get a better control word, like a deeper control word, like over here. Um, don't know if it's completely necessary. You could even get a control word here to help connect it out. Um, but it's a control word that will get you more vision, like sooner. Um, but maybe since you're playing LeBlanc, who relies on earlier power spikes, you don't want to buy as many control words. Then maybe that's why he sort of opts into that. But I personally think that having a deeper control word would probably been a little bit better there. But he did end up getting a plate for it, so maybe since LeBlanc relies on Erluden's power spike so much, he's kind of opted into that trade versus getting a better control word. Hard to know. Or he just felt like placing his control word and didn't really think about it. But Talon just places his control word in the same spot again. So you have to wonder if this is like a bait, but I don't think it is. Because we see everyone bot, so very confusing. Hado. He maybe could have got Lee Sin a kill there. Let's watch again. I don't think he realized Lee Sin was behind him. Yeah, I think this is actually a kill if he figures paying attention to his Lee Sin. He roots and then he backs up to like here, and then Lee Sin W's into a Q into maybe a kill. Um, he didn't even realize that the Lee Sin was there, it looked like. So just having better map awareness of where your team is probably going to help that situation. He's setting up a freeze, but Talon's roaming bot. Probably should ping that out. He's not going to. Now he is. A little bit late. He missed the cannon. Talon's still bot. We would see him if he came back mid. There he is. Okay. He missed that. Since he missed that, it gives Talon the opportunity to walk up here when he normally... Oh my god. Holy shit. That's some fucking damage. So Talon knows he didn't have W or R up, and so he goes for this play. Say W, flash Q, Rs. That's... I've never actually seen a Talon do that. Or they W then flash Q like instantly like that. Might be the lower ping causes it to look even cooler. If he hit that, that guy's dead, I think. Because Felius can get an auto with a root. Felius takes over mid. He's going to look bot now, most likely. Dragon's coming up. Can't really go top. Renekton's going top. Looks like a pretty good bot rotation. You can get Blasting One boots. Maybe sell Refillable for control ward. He buys the... Oh, wait, here it is. Boots. Okay, of course. Interesting he buys the Amp Tome here. I think that might be... not necessarily incorrect, but just interesting. Getting Luden's so important. He's pretty much saying by getting this Amp Tone is that he thinks that the next time he'll base, he'll have 1,050 gold to buy his Ludens. So if he doesn't buy that or have enough for that, it was probably a bad Amp Tome buy, most likely. He decides not to do blue, instead catch the white bottom, maybe to get pressure for Dragon. His team's not really setting up for Dragon though, so maybe he expects to kill this wave and the next wave, and then go do blue. Maybe that's his plan, so he has blue for a bigger duration, get more mana regen back with that blue. Okay, Talon's there. You can't really contest this, honestly. Using your R here is kind of... Okay, this is actually a pretty good trade. Maybe you can contest that. He's gonna clear this wave and go to blue. It's a really good blue rotation right now. Oh, he's so smart. He actually goes into there for the move speed from Cloud. This blue is actually super big for him because it allows him to stay on the map even longer, even though he's almost out of mana, to get the 1,050 gold. So maybe his thought process was kind of like, I have 600 gold, I need 1,050 to buy my item, um, or I have like 150 gold, sorry, that's what he had when he originally went base. Since blue is up, I have enough money to wait actually for this 1050 gold. And so maybe that was part of his, like, one of the factors that he took in and why he can stay on the map longer. I never really thought about that. Because blue's out, he can, you know, yeah, stay on the map longer. That's pretty much what it is. Oh, this looks pretty good. I don't know how this ever happens, but nice. They literally see LeBlanc mid. It's kind of crazy that Bard, like, gets hooked there. But he has his 1,050 gold now. We see Talon. That's very fortunate. He does deny Faker this wave though. That's pretty smart of that Talon actually. Missed the cannon for it. That was actually really smart by that Talon. So even though like Talon sees the ward here, he goes over anyways because I guess he knows Lee Sin's top maybe, and he zones Faker out of this wave because if Faker face checks, he only has 58 armor. He's just dead instantly with no R. So that was actually really, really, really smart by that Talon. And normally Talon players are dumb as bricks, so we gotta give credit when credit's due. Okay, looks like Renekton's got a swap bot. He might look to take top. What happens if Jace just froze here? Figured kinda has to make a play mid. Looks like he probably won't. So kind of an interesting thing to entertain though if the Jace had just frozen. Faker could probably just break it on his own honestly, but the Jace is kind of setting up for a really good swap for Faker when he maybe shouldn't have been setting that up. Looks like they want to go for a play. I don't think they can. I think Aphelios needs to catch mid, not go for a play top. This is kind of the enemy team's window, and his team's doing something pretty aggressive, so it's a little bit worrying. When I say window, it's kind of just like a opening for the enemy team. But it looks like Jace went B, and then Renekton has a pretty good roam timer, so I was saying right at this moment, it's kind of Jace could actually, like, from top, he could come down. Obviously, we'd see him right here. And then we already know two people are here. So it could be a 3v2. That is their window. Um, since they're losing, their windows generally aren't very long or very good. But, you know, this is kind of a risky play for his bot lane to do. Like, if there was one thing, like, how to throw the game, it would be to do this and get the scuttle here. But looks like the enemy team's pretty weak, so, like, it doesn't even matter. And it looks like the Elise is late to the play anyways. And Elise is, like, completely not in the right position for that fight or whatever happened there. But by now we can assume that Jace went B. Yep, and he is going bot. Because if we don't see Jace then he definitely went B. That means you could assume that the Talon probably rotating back up top. Or mid. You don't know. You see at least so Talon's probably up, yep. We were able to realize it about like 1 second before it happened. So if we watch it again, we could sort of tell that Talon is here because so we know that Jace went bot. Okay, we figured that out. So someone's probably gonna come catch top because Faker's gonna push this. All right, and so when we saw we were a little bit too late. Okay, right here we see Elise. She's trying to like skirt around the outside and cut Faker off. And so you know if you're like getting cut off by like this is like Elise isn't gonna solo kill him. So why would Elise try to do this? Elise is trying to do this because Talon's also coming from this way or from end lane, but more likely this way. Because we would have already seen Talon if you know she's already making this trajectory of like a gank. And so right here, like I think Faker already knows, but maybe he could have R'd in time. Like maybe he could have escaped instead of trying to go for the kill, but maybe he thought he had enough damage. Like, actually he might not be able to escape no matter what, so I think maybe going for the trade kill is correct. I mean, he does get the trade kill, but yeah. I mean, they said 2 for him, and he gets a 1 for 1, so it's pretty good in that sense. I think Lee Sin should win this. Oh. Lee Sin had flash. He should probably have just flash kicked. Flash kicked, then Q. But maybe he just thought he could hit that Q. Interesting that Faker's not going by. Okay, there he's going by now. So pretty much why I'm saying like it was like interesting that he's not going by is because I'm like obviously he doesn't know exactly what his teammates' intent is. But like Renekton might go by here, and then in this case he should go top here. But it's kind of like hard to know what his team's gonna do since there's like no comms. Maybe it's more correct for him to go top here since Renekton. Okay, Renekton's fighting. I didn't see that. Thanks. So Faker wants Renekton to go top, but he's not going to. He is now, which kind of puts a damper on Faker's plan. Maybe he needed a certain amount of money. Yeah, it looks like he pinged he needed 230 gold. So, oh, I think Faker's dead. Oh, he's so fucking good. Wow. See, actually what he does is this actually wouldn't be possible if this wall wasn't there, because this wall actually allows him to get around the spiderlings. And then the spiderlings are kind of like put off to the side, whereas if it was like a straight line, the spiderlings would always kind of just like be in the way. So it's pretty interesting, and he's able to hit that. Flash was so good. That was actually really sick. And then he misses the minions, but Jace is coming, the shock blast. Don't think he ever catches up to him. Holy shit. That was really well played. But he's kind of just using his window of not having anything to do to just look in the jungle. Fortunately for him, it ended up in a win by Zanya's here, or like the components. I think selling refillable for a control word is probably preferable, but does he really win this? Damn. Fucking Lee Sin, dude. He thinks Talon might be up there. Kind of scary. You should probably W into the bush. Yep. He even used his health bot. Alright, he's looking for a kill on Talon here. Renekton might know and might be able to help. He jumped over that wall, I guess. There's Elise. He could have played vision game better there, I think. Looks like they had vision of him already, though. The fuck is that hop? Dude, if he had bought stopwatch instead, that would have been a nice play. But they surrendered. So if he just stopwatches there, that's obviously a really good play. So something that Talon does incorrectly here is he actually kind of just gives what he's going to do. Where he sits here. Instead, maybe if he actually runs, it doesn't give Faker as much of a clue on what his plan is. Like if he just runs this way. And then like obviously like runs here and then like waits. But that's just like a small note. Because Faker's able to instantly W, then R away, because he knows that the Talon's there. Or like the Talon's gonna be sitting there. But yeah. It's a small little mechanical mechanical thing that the Talon maybe didn't do right, maybe. I mean, we could take a look at another game. That one was actually pretty short. I didn't realize it was such a short game. Don't really want to watch a set game. Pantheon versus Zoe could be interesting. Oh yeah, I wanted to check if he took double armor. Fuck. Playing too much Ori in the Blind Forest. It's a very good game. Highly recommend. Sorry, give me 1 second. You know, it's gonna be too hard to find. He's just playing the game and talking in champ select. Very good game. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Okay, there we go. So he opts for electrocute in this matchup. Does he know that it's a Pantheon mid? Let's see. Alright. See. Oh. Oh, that's so sad. So the enemy team has a Pantheon, a Karthus, and a Wukong. So it's kind of actually hard to know who the mid laner is, because technically Wukong could mid, technically Karthus could mid, and it could be like a Pantheon jungle. But I'd say the most likely one would be Pantheon. So, uh-oh, rip Thresh. Actually, Faker probably has to flash too. Fun fact: Pantheon has the highest base movement speed in the game. Or tied for it at least, at 355. Fun fact, it's very fun. Let's see. So Pantheon versus Zoe, he's gonna come back to lane a little bit late. Gonna miss some XP, but he's also gonna have a health advantage. So the biggest things to worry about whenever you're like put in Faker's position, which sometimes happens, it's not necessarily his fault. It's kind of like a risky invade that they did. His bot lane got really ahead from it, at least Aphelios did. And Echo probably is about. Actually, he was a little bit late to his start too. So Aphelios got pretty far ahead from it. And so, you know, it's kind of like a trade-off. So, but what you want to keep in mind is the level difference when you miss this much XP. So, when you have to always make sure like you're keeping track like when Pantheon's gonna hit 2 or when he's gonna hit 3, because you're not actually gonna hit 2 or 3 at the exact same time. So fortunately for him, the wave will push into him almost no matter what he does. Pantheon decided to hard shove it, which is probably the correct decision here, honestly. And then Pantheon's probably going to look for a base. Which is very, very good by the Pantheon. But Faker maybe could have looked to use his E in the bush or something to get him. A little bit risky though. So Faker's kind of put into a position where he has to just slow push and deny like maybe 3 of these melees, and there's not much else he can do. So if you're ever put into a position like Pantheon, just hard shoving the first 2 waves, pretty good. Interesting ward. He's warding this jungle entrance because Echo didn't do his wolves or his gromp. Also kind of the scuttle crab. Spot lane's doing really well. Echo's going for the gank, potentially counter gank. Faker just needs to make sure that this wave, he pushed it a little bit too fast. Actually, no, this is perfect. It's perfect. Oh, he needs to help his jungle though. That sucks. Never mind, it's not perfect. Ah, that was so unlucky. Whew. Karthus is in the bush. I thought he's. Oh no, that was top. He path top. Just definitely barrier there. That was really stupid of the Pantheon to go for that one. I don't even think the Pantheon had his E up, so it's like really questionable on why I went for that. Pantheon is like a 25, 26-second cooldown. Looks like top lane's gonna get dived. Figure can't really do anything about it here. He missed too much. Echo showing bottom. Pantheon looks like he went B. Oh no. He finished his roam. Oh, I'm getting tired. By the way, it is 5 a.m. So um, okay, just definitely recall here, probably. You don't have enough for Lost Chapter though. Maybe you stay then. Okay, you're definitely staying. He's gonna look to get his Lost Chapter, I guess. Oh, I think he really last hit these badly. So what, does he go for Sorks? Does he go for the Seekers? Well, based on what I saw the last game, he goes for Boots, Amp, Sapphire, but he thinks differently this game. Boots are particularly good into Karthus. You can dodge his Qs a lot easier. Boots also are pretty good into Pantheon because he has such high base movement speed that I went over. And so now, you have comparable move speed, so you can actually outrun him in some cases. Um, Boots also are just, for instance, like decent, like pretty good item on Zoe, like early, because she relies on hitting these skill shots, which require her to move. For instance, like a champion like Xerath, like usually Q and then like you have to stand still, and then like you hit them. All right. Whereas Zoe, it's like you Q and then you walk places and then you hit your Q again. So it's like you're using the movement speed to actually hit your skill shots. So it's very good in that way. Probably a kill here. Auto ignite, auto. He's dead. Echo took it. Faker's not happy about that one. Technically, it probably is better for Echo to take it, but as long as he doesn't take all the farm too. And why I say it's better for Echo to take it is because there's the assist money and then also the Dark Harvest stack and um, like having your jungler be able to be strong and invade a Karthus is very, very good. Not to say having a strong Zoe isn't good either, but they did technically get more value out of getting the kill probably. Assuming the Echo plays as well as Faker. You can R auto if you want. Oh, you QQ. Nice. Okay. He thinks he's gonna get ganked from the left. Karthus was pretty low though, so I think it's unlikely. I want to play some Zoe. I haven't played Zoe in a while. He might stay here. Nope. Let's go for Amp Crystal. He particularly bees on the Canna Wave because the Canna Wave will take a lot longer to be killed by the tower. It's very common practice. Also, it gives the opponent more time to hit the tower, but not really something that Pantheon's looking to do. He should ping out missing on Pantheon. I don't think Pantheon's going to be here, so could be a scary situation if the top laner stayed and they like look to dive Jax or something. But it looks like maybe Pantheon just went B now. Based on him not being seen, figuring go for this dive. Pantheon looks like he went B. He got a Vamp Scepter. Oh no, Tiamat, sorry. Figure you can hit the Vision Plant. I think hitting the Vision Plant is good to see where Karthus is. Uh, get the fruit gummies. So one thing to keep in mind is Faker infers that Karthus is top, but if he's wrong in this decision, he dies here. So, or he might not die because he has flash, but he has to flash. So, um, or potentially Faker feels he's strong enough to just kill both of them, which with barrier and flash up, you might be a Zoe. Um, so, but like theoretically, Karthus could have been in this bush, or he could have been in this bush. I mean, we see him now. But say Karthus is in this bush, and then Pantheon walks up and stuns, then Faker's probably dead. And so, based on how he's actually using his camera control to look top at this, wait for it, right here, right here. So based on this, it like looks like it's like a really close 1v1, and like you have to imagine like why would like Wukong go for this 1v1? Probably because his Karthus is coming. And so Faker's able to infer that and use that information to like walk top like more easily. He might use his W here to pick up this flash, like use the barrier to get move speed to pick up the flash. I think that is correct. W now, there it is. And the Karthus is dead. Flash into that, smite, perfect. Oh, he missed his flash. It's a good try though. I think he did the right things. He just failed mechanically. And then he just missed his flash. He's really close to hitting it, I'm pretty sure. You have to wonder why the Karthus shot a Q backwards. But good barrier. Yeah, like look, what is this Karthus Q right here? What the fuck? Maybe he thought he'd flash into there? That'd be kind of insane, but another play here that you could have done is not as good, no. Actually, okay, another play. Okay, bear with me here. All right, another play he could have done. Okay, first of all, you could barrier a little bit earlier, so he gets the boost speed. But he does block this Q damage with it, so not bad. But he can E here, and then R a little bit quicker, and flash, like flash to here, and then Q backwards. Sorry, I'm like drawing on my desktop now. Q backwards, and then shoot his Q, and it kills Karthus with an auto. And then you'll appear right here, and then you flash over this wall, and you're probably out. So, instead of doing this play where you go over here, try to flash over this wall, then you'll probably end up dying anyways. Because I don't think Thresh can. Maybe Thresh can get over here and throw you a lantern or something. But I think if you are backwards to here, and then flash, and then you know, you know, you'll. Oh, I guess sorry, I miss circled one of his portals. So you'll appear right like fuck, I missed the pause button. But essentially with what I said, you'll kill Karthus, you'll appear right here, then you flash over that wall. And I think you get out. I think you live. If he had ignite up here, he could have just killed that dude. So, but there's like a lot of things they could have done differently. But really unfortunate. But yeah, I really like that play. Like if he had just W'd backwards with his flash, because he would for sure kill him and for sure live. But it's like kind of a really hard decision to make. Because it's also mechanically pretty hard. Because a thing with Zoe is you have to have really good, like, okay, like, you have to have like somewhat good camera control because he has to be able to, you know, flash, like R, then flash, so he's right here, and then also be able to Q this way. And then move your screen all the way up to be able to Q onto this guy, or like memorize where it is, like right here. So it's like something that you have to do like really fast, and you have to have thought about this like the moment that you saw it happen, which is kind of hard. The first play that went to my mind was definitely like going for the smite and flashing into the smite. Um, But I think after like watching it again, it's probably the incorrect play. Um, but it still was kind of fun. He gets back up. He doesn't buy his last chapter. Instead, he opts for more AP. Maybe he feels like he goes to base enough that he doesn't need to actually. What? Did Echo just ult? Oh no, that is a W. Okay. I'm crazy. I don't think the Echo's level 6. Oh, he is. He's doing that trick. So just like a brief thing when I say the trick is when you're level 6 as Echo, if you don't level your ulti, they can't see like the little path it makes. And then whenever you want to use it, you level it up and then use it instantly. So it's pretty cool Echo trick. Looks like he's doing it in this clip. I think he's probably gonna level his ult. No, he's just gonna die. Okay, maybe he's not doing the trick. Maybe he's just dying. Looks like he did level it up and use it though. I guess maybe he did try. Huh. But yeah, that's like a cool Echo trick. Gets the plate for 2 turret shots. Probably worth if you're gonna use your crafting pod anyways. Auto Q, auto. He knows he's safe up there. He sees everyone on the map. He could probably get a deep control ward in here if he wants one. He's not very fond of those control wards. Maybe he'll place it here. Nope. Wukong could be up here. He should be a little bit careful. Auto Q, okay. Figure's really strong right now with Ignite. Double Ignite, actually. It's probably one of the strongest champion, probably the strongest champion in the game right now. This game's really picked up in pace since bot tower died really early. The macro's going a lot faster than normal games. Takes the safe route. He doesn't opt for the riskier bush. Looks like they might herald mid. They have top prio, so then they rotate down to mid. Then they get the free plates. Then they can actually just rotate to the dragon. I think that Aphelios should maybe just have stayed top right here. Because looks like, okay, they're going to contest him. It's good that he stayed, or good that he left. Then they can run over here. Faker can look for bubbles here if he wants. Or over on this side as well. Oh, it's free kill. Karthus should never be here, honestly. Like, what? Why is Karthus there? What? Doesn't make it. Oh! Wait, what? What? Huh?
Wing?
What the fuck? Huh? I think the flash will time out before he gets to it. Oh, close. Oh. Jin's fucking dead. Or Jin, I mean, Aphelios. No, he's not. Okay. I thought someone was mid that was coming over. Why did his client just bug spot? I think it was just his client, not his in-game client. Nice poke, but it looked like Ezreal was going to go B anyways, so it might have not been very actually efficient. Oh. Because Ezreal was out of mana, so you could assume that he's probably going to go B anyways, so obviously it was like a free flash, but maybe the free flash could have been used somewhere else. Oh, it looks like he stayed. Oh, and he died. Because he zoomed. Because he probably didn't have enough mana for his E. So, I mean, Faker should technically get an assist on that one. Boop. Get the cat, get the cat. God. Get the stupid cat. The Pantheon's just not coming. That's kind of cool. This Thresh really tried to make the Q lantern play. Helps out as jungler. I don't really do that enough. Oh, that sucks. So he's a lot of money. He can buy his Ludens here, and he can start probably working on Oblivion Orb, I'd imagine. Or he could sell Dorans for Neos' large rod. Interesting, a blasting one. I wonder why he buys the blasting one here. I don't think the blasting one actually makes a whole lot of sense. Sorry. Because, like, what are you building it into? Are you building into Void? They don't have any MR. At that point, Oblivion Orb would have just been better. You're not building Morello, I hope. It's like, I mean, you could for Yumi, but ideally someone else just builds it. Well, they have, I mean, they do have Wukong, who actually heals a lot too. With Conquer. Oh, oh, this is an easy E. Oh, well, he kind of just used it way too preemptively. This Karthus is kind of trolling, honestly. Oh, holy shit. Wait, huh? I wonder if Faker could have just killed him. I guess he didn't know where Ezreal completely was, so he just didn't want to die and give a shutdown. He did something pretty bad here. That I make sure I don't do in my games. He actually just let the enemy team know his recall timer. So what I mean by that is, here we can watch it again really quick. Something very small, but like you notice it if you're the enemy team. He Qs here, he Qs, and he instantly starts his recall. So the enemy team can still see him right now. There's like a little bit of like leftover vision that you get, like whenever your minions die, you like slight leftover vision, and they saw him start his recall here. So there's like two ways to like do this. You either like um, don't start your recall early, or now that he like channeled his recall right here or whatever, he can actually like do a fake roam. Obviously, this doesn't really do anything in this case because like everyone's already dead, everyone's just recalling and stuff. It's like reset time, but like you could like fake recall like that, and the enemy will call that you're recalling instead of actually roaming. Kind of thought that was a Thresh Lantern, but it was like the Echo Ghost. So he is building Morello. He just didn't like build the Oblivion Orb, which is the most like a damaging part. But technically speaking, the blasting one would get more damage than just like the Tome and the Ruby Crystal. So also has a less of an inventory slot. Two exhausts. You can exhaust this guy? Yeah, perfect. Oh my god. QRW flash. Nope. Limbo. Oh, it looks like this game's probably gonna be another FF, you'd imagine. There's not really much else to go over here. Wait, does he do the troll thing where he R's and takes it? It's funny. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Wait. I guess I never really thought about it. Wait, let me watch that again. He could like use his GLP at the end of his R to like cancel it, kind of. Hmm, that's interesting. He did the E trick. If you don't know, if you play Zoe and you E at the very last like frame of your R, then it like looks like it comes from your original R spot. Well, free blue buff. Then it looks like it comes from your original R spot, but goes the distance of your R, like where you traveled, I guess. It's really weird. Also, wait, what? How did that guy not get rooted? Kind of want to watch that again. It's like he's like in it, but it's like not hitting him. Well, whatever. Wait, like, huh? I guess it's like a lot shorter range than it actually like shows. He's just getting like a lot of information from his map. I think I need to do that a lot better. Like when you watch the game from Faker's perspective, like a lot of people are always like, well, I can't see, my head hurts, but like he's just getting so much info about the game. It's like I'm watching the whole game and not just him. Like I'm watching like more than just the Zoe player. I'm watching like his entire team. And I think that's like why he's so good in a lot of different metas. Interesting, the double amp tome. What the hell is that for? Twin Shadows? Zanya's? Zanya's, yeah, Zanya's of course. But like, why don't you just buy the Fiendish Codex? I mean, you're already at 40% with blue buff, but I guess he expects another blue buff soon. I think the Phoenix is still better. I wonder what his secondary runes are. I think I'd imagine it'd be Transcendence. We know it's not Precision, we know it's not Inspiration, we know it's not Resolve probably, so he dead. Yumi should take it, yeah. What? Holy shit, just so much damage still though. Oh, the fucking wolf. It's just Baron. Baron and then they win the game here, I think. Oh, okay, what happens? This looks like they stay a little bit too long. They just kill this guy. Oh, he got his E off. Okay, no. Yumi Wukong is still Super 8s. Oh, he's going Protoball? Interesting. Where's he gonna? He should go Zanya's. Zanya's is such a good buy here. You buy Zanya's because you can Zanya's Karthus. The armor provides like a lot against the Wukong, the Pantheon, and the Ezreal. I think it makes a lot of sense. Clap. Good job. The game kinda like could go really bad if they don't get that here. He doesn't. Okay, he does. So when Zoe first came out, Protobelt like was like a common like first item of some people. but it like kind of like fell off a little bit. Like what you could do is you can Q R protobot Q, and it like gives you like the little bit of extra distance. But I think as just like you realize that, damn, that's gonna hurt. Oh wait, no, I didn't. People realize like the Luden's interaction with Zoe is just really strong. You got it, nice. Because just how much you move around, and whenever you use your R, like kind of ranted about it before, you know, you get these 100 stacks, and then your Luden's procs on the next spell. Whenever you use your R, it counts as a spell, and then it also counts as the distance that you're traveling with your R. So like this distance is also, you know, like here we can watch it. Oh, never mind, the blue's down. But it essentially, every time you use your R, you get like 40 or something stacks. And then you're also using your Q twice, which counts as 2 spellcasts. So you just get like a lot more Luden stacks than like a lot of other champions. And I think that's kind of one of the hidden powers of Zoe that a lot of people don't realize is that's like one of the reasons why she's so strong at like these fights where she presses W on people and just like autos them to death is because she gets like 2 Luden's procs in that usually because she's spamming W and she's pressing R, which gives her like the distance covered. And so that's like kind of one of the reasons that they could be aids to fight her when she just like auto attacks you to death. Oh my god, he stepped in that. But I guess Wukong can block it with himself. What? He's gonna get slept. This Karthus is like running it down really. Skarth is like my jungler when like they don't get the first 2 scuttle grabs. It's fucking doomed. It's a cool little trick he did. He R, then E'd, and then used his Q2. Or Q1, I guess I should say. Oh, the Yumi's fucking dead. Wow. Oh, that would have hit. That would have hit. It was just barely out of range. Okay, well, there's not really much else to review in this game other than like Faker doing nutty plays. Okay, so like I'd say like some of the things that we learned. Um, we didn't end up checking the armor on his LeBlanc game. He definitely took double armor. I'm like pretty sure, so don't really need to check. Um, so potentially like double resistance runes. Not bad. Question mark. Try. Um, let's see. Let me move my keyboard more in front of me. Um, what else? We could like using no information as information. So for instance, if this is LeBlanc game, LB game where he was getting ganked. I think he could have realized that Talon was in the right bush a little bit sooner than he did, just based on how Elise is pathing. And so using that information of like not knowing where the Talon is and then like knowing that Elise is coming, he can use that as like information that the Talon is coming. So he ended up still getting a 1-for-1 trade, but like literally like 1 item difference, and he doesn't get that. Like if Talon bought like a no magic mantle or something, then he doesn't get that or something. So it's like really close, and it ended up being worth it, but like not all the time is it worth it. Um, I think something that was interesting is so in his LeBlanc game, um, his macro when his Renekton wanted wave and then top, he didn't like he didn't like go top instead. He stayed bot and just looked in the enemy jungle. And it ended up working out really well for him. It was a really close 1v1 versus that Elise. But it is like it was like a really, I think, a eye opener for me because I think if Renekton had stayed bot, I might have like, if I was in this game, I probably would have recalled and just like went top, and not like trusted my Renekton to go top or something. But maybe that's just like being in a higher elo because Grandmaster NA is not the same as Challenger in Korea. But also at the same time, it's like realizing that your teammates have items they want to buy, like certain items, and then recall and stuff. So like you're working as a team to like win the game and not just like get items for yourself. Um, Something to note is like he does really shallow control wards. They're always defensive. I think in my games I've been doing very my games I've been buying a lot of control wards and they usually are more offensive. So I've been playing a lot of Ari and like a decent amount of Glacial Ari, and so like you kind of just get GLP Twin Shadows, then either like Leandre's, Death Gap, or Zanya's, um, and like kind of call it a day. And so like buying controllers doesn't like hinder you that much because you still have like that base effectiveness. But like on champions like LeBlanc and Zoe, having the items are much more important. So when I've been playing, I've been deciding like kind of buying a bit more controllers and helping get vision out for my team, which I think is good. So I wonder like if it's correct for him to not be buying as many or getting better control wards. Um, just something I noticed. I don't actually know whether it's right or wrong. I think in that one instance, it probably would have been better if he got a deeper control ward, but he did get a plate, so it's kind of hard to know. Definitely if the plates weren't there, getting the deeper control ward would have been better. Um, and then just like being aware of the map, especially in that Zoe game. Like it was like I was watching the entire game, watching the entire game, getting fed knowledge, like fed info through that, so that you don't have to rely on your team's pings. So not relying on team pings. Because the more you rely on the team, the more inconsistent you're gonna be. Because if you're always relying on your team to call missing, then some games your team's not gonna call missing and you're just gonna die. So if you are actually focusing on the map, focusing on what's happening, then you're able to like kind of tell what like better what's happening. And then like getting to late Zoe game. Um, Not the end of the world. Just watch your level leads or level disadvantage and use your HP advantage if you have one by making trades when you have the same level. Um, it's really bright. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna leave it up now though. But also in that same Zoe game, when I say like being aware of the map, used info that Wukong going in top meant Karthus was 90% chance to be top, therefore able to face check freely and assist top lane. If that makes sense. I'd like to just like keep going, honestly, like, but I don't think like these VoD reviews are like, if I want something to be very like informative, very helpful, I need to be a little bit faster and concise about my thing, which requires me to watch it beforehand and kind of just like record clips of each thing. So I think for my next VoD review, I'll probably try to do that, be more concise, be like, this is what was good, this is what was good, this is what was good, and that's the end of the VoD review. So I think I'm gonna try that VoD review next, and kind of see how that feels. So hopefully that one will be like 10 minutes long, and that'll be like a lot more interesting for a lot more viewers. But I do a lot of these for myself because I want to get better at analyzing the game, getting better at playing the game, getting better at talking about the game. I just watched LS review with Darshan and Impact about freezing in the top lane, how it impacts the map and stuff. And I think that was really interesting and kind of like really motivates me to like learn more about the game and think about that. I also might make a video on that because I have a different opinion than them uh, by using like a different technique that they didn't really talk about in their conversation that might be better. Um, but I'd have to sort of like make that video and then like send it to LS or send it to someone, which could be a little bit nerve-wracking if it does like reach limelight, which would probably be good for me, but also kind of scary at the same time. Anyways, thank you everyone for watching. If you made it this far, we are 1 hour and 15 minutes and did 2 VoD reviews. I think that's pretty good. I was almost talking, probably like 70% of the time, so my voice kind of like hurting a little bit now. Um, but yeah, I had a lot of fun. If you want to read the notes again, you can. I'm going to be playing some League tomorrow. I'll be getting new stuff for my computer, like new processor, motherboard, hard drive, um, bunch of different stuff tomorrow, or not tomorrow, sorry, Monday and Tuesday. So then I'll eventually be able to record my own games because right now I lag too much to actually do that. Simply then I can actually review myself and that'll be even better and I can maybe even record myself during game and talk about what I'm thinking during the game. Um, Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you later.